and welcome to the third and final part of our lecture. And in this segment, we're going to look at how English coexists with a language that we might call the only modern language of Guyana, Guyanese. If you were to Google the word Creolese or Guyanese Creole, two features tend to show up in most of the definitions you would find. It's often referred to as a vernacular, and that term is used to speak of languages that you don't write but you speak. And the second thing that always shows up is that it coexists with Standard Guyanese English, which is the only official language of the Republic of Guyana. And I believe we can say with some confidence that Guyana has two major languages, Creolese and English. And I'm teasing you here a bit by using a writing system that was created for Creolese to perhaps indicate some aspect of modernity. One of the key things about the modern world is that we write our languages and that written language is used widely across the population and not confined only to a small elite. So, English, where did this English come from? Certainly not from Guyana. Guyana is not the home of English. English is not indigenous to Guyana, but it had to come from somewhere. It had to be indigenous to somewhere. And linguists tell us that it emerged out of contact between peoples, mainly the peoples they call the Norman French and the Anglo-Saxons. And it emerged around the 11th century, and that was about 500 years before the emergence of the Caribbean Creoles. What do we know? We know that English came to Guyana and the Caribbean with the British colonists. We know that the Africans and their enslavers traveled on the same ships across the Atlantic to get here. But we know that the Africans did not speak English on those ships, at least not as native English speakers. We know that the indigenous peoples never spoke English natively either. But we do know that English was taught in the school system set up by the colonists. So basically, we can't call English a native language, at least for the great majority of Guyanese people. It is not a native language. And we also know that Creolese and the other Caribbean Creoles emerged during the time that enslaved Africans were being transshipped from their homes to the slave plantations of the British colonies. Of course, there were other Creoles because there were other European groups bringing enslaved Africans. What you might find quite fascinating is that English and the Caribbean Creoles emerged in a similar way through conquest, through a group of people coming into contact with another group of people and becoming politically and economically dominant. So, what you have though in the human contact is the emergence of a new language. In the case of English, it was the Norman French subjugating and conquering the Anglo-Saxons. In the case of the Caribbean Creoles, it was various groups of Europeans conquering and subjugating various groups of mainly West Africans. In respect of language, however, what you have is the rise of the Creoles, with each side contributing something to the formation of those languages. So from the European, we take in large measure, quite a lot of their vocabulary. And so the European languages are called the super straight languages. From the West African languages, we take the grammars in large measure. And so those languages were called the substrate languages. Now, it isn't as clear cut as it sounds, but that is the large situation. But it is the political relationship between the groups that is of interest to us for this course, because it helps you to understand the current relationship between the two languages, between English and Creolese in today's Guyana. So that initial colonial relationship produced attitudes to English and attitudes to Creolese. Creolese usually occupies the position of the vernacular, the term we use to speak about languages that do not have a written form. People don't write them, they just speak them. So they are termed the vernacular. Creolese is supposed to be used only for ordinary, everyday affairs outside of the state, outside of the education system. On the other hand, Standard English is the official language, and it is used for education, in legal matters, in mass communication. Now, this is the official status quo. But on the ground, in reality, in Guyana, everyone knows what is happening. Creolese is slowly encroaching the domain that was formerly reserved only for official matters, for education. You can hardly walk into a schoolyard today and not hear Creolese. You can hardly walk into a school, a classroom today and not hear Creolese. So that conquest is never, conquest never produces a stable situation. Whenever a situation arises out of conquest, there is always resistance. There is always pressure from the subjugated masses to enter the domains of power. And with that, the language itself enters the domains of power. And this is the situation we have in Guyana today. This short clip I'm going to read is from a conversation between a rice farmer and a linguist. They're speaking in the 1970s, but she's telling him about what rice farming used to be like when she was much younger. Long time, when we plant rice, when we plant rice, I will just weed busy and I will make meal. Then I will take hoe and knock the dirty and let it come soft. Well, when it comes soft, when I will make beer place, beer grow. I will haul this beer and then I go plant them. Well, if the dirty hard, you got to cut some stick and make hole. Then you take the plant and you put them down there and you mold the root. Well, otherwise, who get wood plow and them get cow, them plow the place. When you done weed and it comes soft, and then take cutlass, and then take chipper and them chipper, ram and bring them soft. Then them plant. You got for plant. You haul out your beer then you care people. You plant them, then you give them water for suit. Then when water suit the rice and you look at come. Well, when you bring grass, you have to sow here. That called sowing. You got to pick out all the grass. Let the rice root must get air for give them good bottom to get good return. And then when it come time for cut, you go caught. So individual attitudes to language are really individual attitudes to people. And individual attitudes to language and people come from group associations. Group associations have beliefs about languages and people. Some of these beliefs are, for example, that some languages are superior to others. That really equates to some people are superior to others. Some languages have no grammar, not grammatical. What they're really saying is that some people don't really speak languages because the way they speak has no grammar. But linguists have already established the systematic, rule-based structures of Creolese. Another erroneous belief is that correctness only exists in English, so that Creolese has to be broken English, and people who speak it are not speaking properly. Another erroneous belief is that only written languages are real. Well, by writing Creolese right throughout this lecture, I have dispelled that one because it's there on the page. So if you believe that before, you can't believe it anymore because I've written it down. So as we get to the end of this lecture, I would like to go over some of the goals I would like you to set for yourself as you go through this course. To listen to others with awareness, to be more attentive and respectful to Creole speakers, to be more diligent and pay attention when listening to English speakers, to have more self-reflection about your attitudes to Creolese and English, to be more diligent about increasing your own bilingualism or multilingualism through speaking and listening, reading and writing. And I'd like to leave you with two activities. This is a true-false quiz. Let's take each statement and answer in your own time after reflection. True or false? Creolese is a bad or broken English. Guyanese can learn English and still maintain their native languages. We would have to stop speaking Creolese if we wish to be truly educated. It is useless to include indigenous speakers in community discussions unless they can speak English. Creolese is a modern language spoken widely across Guyana. Researchers should avoid speakers of indigenous languages who cannot read their questionnaires. And finally, I'm going to read these 5 Creolese proverbs for you, but I will not give you the English translations. I will leave that for you, your classmates, and your tutors to work out. An washan, make an come clean. Thief from thief, make God laugh. One dirty bill dam. All skin teeth na laugh. Do for do, na obia. Thank you.